Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lights Can Rant. As always, I'm your wonderful host, Mr. Rand, and we are going to be talking about the latest news in the past week. And of course, I've got a movie for you that, trust me when I say, when you like Mad Max, like you like John Wick, this is the movie for you going into Christmas. And especially if you also like films that are based in Finland, this is definitely a movie that surprised me the most for this year. That just, trust me when I say, the whole time I was like, holy shit. And it is a movie that you need to keep an eye on. And can you believe it that we are officially in December? We're in the last month of the year, and we're coming up to the last big films for this year: Zootopia, Avatar, and of course we've got the TV shows Fallout, Anaconda the movie. That's also a big thing. Fallout TV show. We're going to be wrapping it right into the end of the year. And then we get straight into Christmas movies, which I am excited to chat about this time round. And not to mention, if you haven't already, definitely check out for last week's episode where we reviewed the studio. I just finished watching this just the past week and did my review for it. That completely, again, that surprised me, and it was one of the best TV shows of this year I've seen that aren't Marvel related. I was actually just talking to a friend the other day, and I still kind of like reeling in the fact it's been nearly 12 months since we got Daredevil Born Again. I was like, holy shit. Like, it's been that long since since we got that. That was back in March. And we are getting season 2 in March next year. And then a year after that, we get season 3. And we got the Punisher special that's also rolling as well. So that is fantastic. I just can't believe how fast this year has gone. And I still stand that one of the best films I've seen this year, if you haven't, you need to watch F1 with Brad Pitt. That was just a movie that I sat back and was just like, holy fuck. Like, that was just incredible. And that was such a film that just caught me by surprise. I was like, holy shit, this is cool. But definitely go watch the studio. But TV show that I am most looking forward to this month is Fallout. It's again, as I say, it sucks. It sucks the fact that is going to be episodic every single week, like Netflix, where, when it dropped 2 years ago, we got the whole TV show. It was fantastic. You could just do one big binge, but no, not this time around. You gotta watch it by week. It kind of sucks knowing the fact that we are not going to be talking about the final of Fallout until Feb. I was doing the dates the other day, and I was just like, my God, it is so far away until we're going to be getting that. But yep, starting until we Feb until we're going to be talking about the final of Fallout, the Fallout TV show. But I need to remind all of you right now, as I'm talking, I need to remind you the fact that we are giving Avatar Fire and Ash this month. In a couple of weeks, it is coming. But the real exciting thing for it, the rumor is, now this is a bit of a stretch, is that we are meant to get the first teaser for Avengers Doomsday. That's going to be coming out in 12 months' time. It's wild to think about that. I'm going to be talking to you guys in 12 months' time. We're going to be talking about Avengers Doomsday. And I know I've nearly mentioned it every single week, but there's always been a little tidbit here and there to talk about, so I had to talk about it. So the fact that we will get our very first teaser for it would be incredible. I anticipate that we're not going to get the proper, what do you call it? The proper trailer until the Super Bowl next year. That's when I think they'll drop the proper trailer for it. It finished filming. It finished filming a couple of months ago. So, and they're going well into season into Secret Wars. That is what's next up. But I'd say, yeah, Doomsday full trailer. Yeah, 100%. What do you call it? Super Bowl next year. That's where I think we will get that trailer. But I really hope we get the teaser. I really hope that the rumors are true. Avatar, Fire and Ash, we get the teaser for it. That would be excellent. That would be the best way to finish off this year, especially if we're going to go see a film that's 3 hours and 20 minutes long. Like, just to put this in perspective, is that Avatar is going to be longer than Avengers Endgame. So that's what we're going to be looking forward to. Look, I've said it a couple of times, my excitement for Avatar is there, but I really wanted to blow me away like the first one did. The first one just completely blew me away. I loved it, absolutely loved it. But then I got the second one, and the second one felt really like, okay, this just feels like a bit of a rehash of the first one. Like, not a whole lot was introduced to it. Like, don't get me wrong, we get it. Here's Earth people, here's water people, and next to this corner is fire people. And then what are we going to get after that? I'm sure we're going to get wind people. And then we're going to get all the ranges of the people from the whole spectrum of Avatar or Captain Planet. And then eventually, like, oh, Avatar 6, they go to Earth. They're going to invade Earth. Wow, I can see the entire plot. Yep, it's going to be the last film. It's going to be the fact that, you invade our home so much. We are going to travel to your home and we're going to invade Earth. And then that's going to become an entire film right there. Like, I'm calling it, pitch it. I'm sure James Cameron's already sitting on that. And apparently James Cameron has said that if Avatar and Fire and Ash does not make as much money as the first two, he will call it quits right there. He'll be done and he'll let someone else do it. So whether or not that happens, don't know. But we are going to be talking about James Cameron. Did also mention a bit later, which I'm really curious to know what people's feedback is going to be on this, because it's going to divide people, which, he generally does say things that I'm like, are you just saying this because you're an old man? Are you saying this because this is legit how you feel? Or this is just clickbait stuff? And I think it is actually how he feels, and he just does not give a flying fuck on what anyone thinks at all. But yes, if it is true, going back, the first teaser for Avengers Doomsday is meant to happen right before Avatar. So definitely punch out your tickets. So if they definitely want to make their money, 100% if they announce the trailer's there, people will go nuts. So not too long until Avatar. Also, Far Cry fans, you should be very excited. Apparently, a brand new TV show is currently in the works by FX, of course, Hulu. So it will be on Disney Plus and Hulu at the same time. It's going to be an anthology series. So very curious to see what sections of the video games they might take. Are they going to take sections of video games at all? Or how many episodes this is going to be? Now, this is just announced, so there's no particular set date on when it's going to premiere. This is just an announcement. So let's see how long everything else takes. It's not going to come out until 2027. Yeah, I'd say 2027. But FX has just done a fantastic job with Alien Earth. So I'm very excited to see what they do with Far Cry. And again, I know this has been debated before, but I'm so glad that video games are going into this well to bring these movies and TV shows to the big screen, because there's thousands of video games that you can make great stories out of. Yes, it's a bit tricky going from the video game to a movie, to a TV show, but we have seen it done so well on so many occasions now. Fallout, straight up Fallout. And the fact that there is a God of War TV show that's currently being planned for 2 seasons at least. And there's also active conversations about Red Dead Redemption as a TV show. A Red Dead Redemption 2 TV show would be wild. And you 110 fucking percent could stretch that out to like 5 seasons, even longer. You know, especially at the end of each season, they move to a different camp, and then it's a whole season where you move up from there. You could really pump that out with that show. You get someone who's going to play Arthur, and John Marston. It's going to be so good. It would bring, I don't know, Cowboys. Bring it right. Hearing someone play Dutch and go, I have a plan. I just need some money. There's a meme right there. But I'm all for, 100% all for a Red Dead Redemption TV show. I would probably say Red Dead Redemption show would probably maybe be a little bit more easier to make than God of War, because God of War is going to take a lot of money for that one. Red Dead Redemption would probably take a lot of money, but probably not so much on the special effects. But Far Cry fans, we got a TV show. It's coming. We have to wait a little while, but it's coming. All for it. Now, God, now this is just something I was a bit like, okay, why? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Let's just throw this out here. So apparently, Scarlett Johansson will be appearing in the next Exorcist film, directed by Mike Flanagan. I don't know. I just saw this and I was a bit like, really? I don't know. I just don't put her and horror film together. Not to mention, like, don't get me wrong, she's a great actress. She has a great filmography. She's great as Black Widow. However, her latest role, Jurassic World Rebirth, I thought Jurassic World Rebirth was awful. Had some elements, but so far it is, even though it made its money before you attack me in the comments. To me, it is one of the biggest box office bombs or disappointments of this year that I've seen. I'm just getting, because I'm a big Jurassic Park fan. I love Jurassic Park. I grew up on it, and then just going to watch that film, and I was a bit like, this is awful. Like, this isn't just bad. Like, this is proper bad. Like, Jurassic World Dominion, yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Not too bad. Still we get some classic characters coming together for the very first time. And then, can't remember the second one around. Dominion was the last one. Fallen Kingdom wasn't too bad, but yeah, it was just bad. So, look, that's probably what I'm thinking about at the moment. So I definitely do hope that her next role, being in a horror flick, horror isn't totally new to her. She has done horror films in the past, but it's very curious to see what the next Exorcist film will be, especially hearing that iconic theme and what it's going to look like. But that's what you got to expect of the next horror film. Also, Australian fans, this should be very interesting on how this is going to look at. However, so the Australian government has created a new quota for the major streaming services coming into Australia, like Netflix, like Disney Plus, like Max. The fact that they want them to invest a little bit more into the Australian talent, Australian TV shows, when creating new shows. Which is I'm all up for. 100%, of course, homegrown talent, homegrown shows, fully in. It is my bread and butter. But my own question is, I just hope the fact that this doesn't really put them off, or jack up our prices even more, because we have to account for the fact that this is what your government's asking you. So I'm a bit like, I'm all for it as long as I don't have to pay more for it. That is my only kicker. That's all for it. I just don't want to pay any more if we're going to do it. So if it does end up well, really good. Really happy to see how that's going to shape and form and look at. So really up for it. So I'm really pumped. Mr. Bread Menace, you're all up for what? I'm all up for apparently right now streaming. Sorry, as always, we are streaming live every single week for this episode. So what I'm all up for is the fact that apparently the major streaming services for Australia apparently will be investing more into local TV shows, which I'm all for as long as I mentioned, they don't hike up how much it's going to cost because. Wow, what's name is getting really up there. Also, hi to Darlene. Hi, yeah. Thanks for also coming past as well. But yeah, it's not really, yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to look in the future of streaming services in Australia, and of course, what's going to mean for the future, especially the fact that sometimes it's we make some great stuff, but sometimes it struggles, of course, with likes of Hollywood. So, but speaking of Hollywood, One Piece fans, if you're not already happy the fact that in March we get season 2 of Netflix, season 3 is well on production. So of course we got One Piece season 1 roughly about a year and a half ago. At season 1. God, I was so excited from when that dropped, and wow, that is already, that's already gone quick. So yeah, season 2 is coming in March next year. I'm really pumped for it, and the fact that they're so confident, Netflix is like, yep, now wrap it up, get season 3 on the horizon. That's currently in the works at the moment. Also, like to shout out to Melanie. Thanks for going past on YouTube. Appreciate it. But yeah, I just One Piece is all of One Piece. Netflix are throwing the money at it because probably another reason why Netflix is kind of throwing money at it is that with Stranger Things at the moment wrapping up, which Stranger Things is kind of the show that really propelled Netflix, kind of has been its bread and butter show. Been it's that cow it's going to come back to each time to milk. Is currently wrapping up with its last season. There's also another show starts with V. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's also on Netflix too. That's been the longest running Netflix TV show, which is also going well. But yeah, Netflix is really going to want to be looking for that next big TV show that's going to bring in the numbers. Like BoJack Horseman was good too, but nothing on the level of Stranger Things. And it's so weird, like that Stranger Things is coming to an end. That this fantastic show is wrapping up, and which just feels like, oh yeah, another season of Stranger Things, or epic moments, great performances, and it's all wrapping up. And it's funny, it's like how all the kids have grown up in that period of time. I know that's a running joke, but it's just so true when you look at the old photos. You're just like, damn, they really grew. So yeah, Netflix is going to be looking for their next big show. So it looks like One Piece might be that big nugget for them because they've already greenlight for season 3, which I would say 2020, yeah, probably 2029. We'll probably get season 3. Which that's gonna be so far away. All right, speaking of another Netflix show that's gonna be far away, so Eva Green, she is going to be Eva Green is going to play Aunt Ophelia in Wednesday season 3 of Wednesday. Of Wednesday. So again, another TV show that we're probably not going to get until 2027. That's probably pushing at this point, but 2027. So of course, the end of Wednesday, which we got this year, was that it was affirmed that Aunt Ophelia has very similar powers to Wednesday, and then she looks like she was going to go after Wednesday, but it's been confirmed the fact that she is going to be potentially the next big bad. Melanie, I love Wednesday. Such a good show. It's such a good show. It's just, I just wish, like anything, I know these shows take time. I just wish the gaps were a lot smaller that we get. Like as I said at the beginning of this episode, Daredevil Born Again, season 1 this year, season 2 next year, season 3 the year after. That's how it should be, or at least a 2-year gap. And my daughter and I bond with this show. It's a great show, and it's such a good like crime drama show. I really wish this year they didn't break it up. I hate that when they split the shows between. It just annoys me. Actually, I'd rather have ads during it than have it split up. So so give me like Amazon, give me the ads. I'd rather have that, and I can just binge watch the show, instead of having to be like, yeah, I just watched 4 episodes, and guess what? I'm not getting another one for a couple of months. Yay, thanks. That's what I really want. So I'm all hyped and hyped in. Also, another TV show, speaking of Amazon, it also reported the fact that The Boys season 5 is meant to be getting their trailer this month, obviously in conjunction with Fallout, because that's Amazon. So that trailer should be coming around soon as well. But a grade A actress that's going to be joining Wednesday. That's fantastic. Seeing what she's going to bring to the table, again, it's just showing you how good Wednesday is, especially going into the whole Tim Burton world. Melanie, great show as well. The Boys, 110 fucking %. And it's just, again, that's also another show that I'm really sad that's going to be reaching its end. And that sucks because next year is going to be the last season. That too. What? So all the great shows going to an end. It'll just take so long to come out. But yes, that is going to be for Wednesday season 3 whenever we get that. But speaking of sequels, or more of that, we are going to be getting. Except this one was a little bit interesting. So we are going to be getting a show. Oh, it's Melanie. Supernatural should come back. It's funny you say that because I know they did the prequel TV show, the Winchesters. I know they did the prequel show, which I don't think that lasted very long at all. But I feel like Supernatural is getting to that point where a legacy sequel of the show can't be too far on the table because can't be too far off because try to remember how long ago was that when that ended. Holy shit. Yeah, 2013. So yeah, 12 years plus. See, that would be very due for a legacy sequel at some stage. With it all, God, my God, was that around 15 seasons? Totally forgot they went for 15 seasons. Wow. It's interesting. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Winchesters. Yep. The prequel series that focused on Sam and Dean's parents. That only lasted canceled after 1 season. Wow. Wow, that was rough. I know they did the cameo thing, but yeah, it was rough. But yeah, so that would be due. I'm just trying to use it as a future thing a little bit here. I'm looking for it, but nah. Oh my God, what? Wayward Sisters, they try to make an episode of it. Another TV show, Samuel Colt, they tried to make a TV show of it. It's funny how they just try and make it spin-offs. But yeah, I can't be too far off. They can't get it right, Melanie. Nah. No, they can't. And sometimes sometimes a spin-off show really works. Sometimes a spin-off show doesn't work. I still think is a wild thing that like Frasier is a spin-off show that went for 11 seasons. And that was a spin-off show from Cheers. Like the fact that a show that was a spin-off can have its own cult following, become even always slightly bigger than that, or it's not slightly bigger, but can compare on hype and then run for even longer seasons. And then you even get a legacy 2 seasons or 2 seasons as well. So I always think that's wild. But yeah, sorry, going back. So thanks to Donald Trump, we will be getting Rush Hour 4 through Paramount. And with Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, Brett Ratner was apparently meant to return for this. It's been a long, rumored, and didn't like. It's one of those things. It's basically been in development hell for so long. LMAO, what? Yeah. No joke. Because Skydancer merged with Paramount, and Donald Trump has some kind of play and all that. That apparently he tweeted and said that, I want Rush Hour 4. So apparently Rush Hour 4 is on the cards. That's all you need is the president to say, I want this film, and we should get it. That was a piece of news in the past week that I had to read it twice to I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, so we're okay, cool. We're getting this thanks to him. And look, Rush Hour 1, 2, great films. 3 was good, not great. But yeah, look, if this is happening, probably again, say for about 2020, 2028, 2027 by this stage, give or take when that's going to be happening. But yeah, thank Donald Trump. Rush Hour 4 is on the cards. Now this is the biggest. Now this is the debate, which I'm very curious with many people how they feel about this. Now, so James Cameron has said in a recent interview that Netflix films should not qualify for the Oscars because it should only be movies that get a theatrical run, like go to the cinemas. It should be only cinema movies that should be qualified for the Oscars. And look, I don't like to me, like a little bit rift around this. Basically, I understand where he's coming from, but I feel like if you produce a movie in the same type of fashion as how other movies are being made, could cost exactly the same amount of money, and it's on a streaming service, then it should still be qualified as Oscars. So it's almost like, because I went to this because I started selling to this stand and not because of this stand, even though it's a very similar product or the same product, I'm not going to get noticed because I didn't sell it to this place. I don't get the award, even though it's very similar and everything. I think it's a film should be like, don't get me wrong. I think all films should depend on the scale of the film, of course, should go into cinemas because cinemas are struggling. They are some are shutting down. They're struggling. There's been shorter run times in cinemas, which is scary. Things are going straight to streaming services. So there should be more emphasis on bringing films to cinemas to bring in the crowd. But if you don't bring one, you should still be qualified to go to the Oscars. Like I could make a film that has the best acting, the best director, best drama piece, everything. But because I put it on Amazon, I don't qualify for that. Even though it might be better than the film, that gets nominated. And this is the thing is, I also feel that compared to at least 10 years ago, when you look at the Oscars or the Best Picture, this is the one I always look back on, is that these films won Best Picture for the year. You look at some of those films and you're like, yep, makes sense. Yep, makes sense. Justified. Or it sucks because that film should have done better. But that's fine. This is the better film. But I'm finding more now than in the past 10 years that the films that win, I'm like, I don't know who watched that. I didn't watch that. People locally I speak to haven't seen it. And on social media, it's not as big, as some of these films that, if I look at it, I'm going to look at it right now. But stay with me. Academy Award. I know it was Oscars, and then we just jumped to the Oscars because it's something I've always thought of constantly. Wow. Yeah. See. See. Last year, Anora won Best Picture. I didn't know anyone. No, I know I took to a lot of film guys, different circles. Not a lot of people saw that film. Not a lot, but a lot of people saw Substance, Wicked, Dune. I'm Still Here. So that's interesting. 2023, Oppenheimer, Justified, 100% Justified. 2022, that was Justified. See, Melanie, see, I'm right there with you. I was like, what is this film? 2021, the other one was Coda. Didn't know a lot of people that watch Coda, but at the same time, like West Side Story, The Power of the Dog, Nightmare Alley, Dune. I don't know why. Belfast was in there, but I don't know why Don't Look Up was on there. That was the biggest load of trash I've ever seen. 2020, Nomad Lad. That was good, but not a lot of people. Didn't really have that big. See, none of those. Yeah, see, see, I think you're proving my point here. So it's interesting how, this year is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. I think F1 is going to be right up there for it. But yeah, look, your question is, do you think that, do you think if a film goes straight to streaming and doesn't go into cinemas, does it automatically count itself out of being eligible for the Oscars? If you don't go to a cinema, you don't get the Oscars. I agree. Yeah. See, 100%. Also, I can't believe this is a thing. I can't believe this thing. I can believe it, and I can't believe it at the same time. So right now, Wicked 2 is currently smashing it at the box office. It is making its money. And you know what's better than money? More money. So if you were disappointed the fact that, that's the end of Wicked, that's all done, dusted, cool. No, it is apparently Wicked 3 is very much something on the table. It is being discussed how we can expand the Wicked universe. According to Universal's chief of marketing, is that apparently it is their duty to expand the universe for the fans that want to see more into this world. And I'm like, wow, like I didn't think Wicked 3 would be on the table. Like for the story it was, based on the original story, on the play. Didn't really know there was going to be a big thing for let's bring on Wicked 3, ladies and gentlemen. Because right now, where are we? Nope. Which we need to talk about the next film as well. So currently right now, Wicked 2, Wicked for Good is currently the 14th highest grossing movie of this year, with $393 million at the global box office. This has been Thunderbolts, Sinners, Weapons, Bad Guys 2, Snow White, no shock about that one, Pray to Badlands, Freaky Friday, Elio, Sean Aries, Mickey 17, Ballerina, Black Phone 2, Karate Kid, Downtown Abbey, The Countess, and Naked Gun. I took my Melanie, I took my daughter's say like, oh, so you would like to, so Melanie, you would like to see Wicked 3? Mr. Mark My Words. Good to see you, my good sir. We're just talking about the biggest films of this year, and yeah, Wicked is number 14. It's currently tracking behind Captain America, The Conjuring, Fantastic Four, Zootopia, Mission Impossible, Superman, F1, How to Train Your Dragon, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is the 5th highest grossing movie of this year. That's insane. Well justified. 110%. But yeah, Wicked expanding. So we could get a full Wicked 3. We could get a prequel. Technically, this was a prequel. We could get a whole franchise of wickedness. I know that was terrible, but the Wicked multiverse could be right out there. Melanie, Demon Slayer was fantastic. It was brilliant. It was so brilliant. Saw an IMAX. That was so cool. Sony invited me and a friend to go see that IMAX. That was brilliant. But yeah, 5th highest gross. So Demon Slayer has been Superman. It's been Fantastic Four, Captain America, and look, right now it is double the amount of Wicked. I'm really curious to see how much Wicked is going to end on its run money wise. Coming into, I don't know if it's going to be still in the theaters coming around Christmas, but going to that almighty dollar is what that's going to mean. But yes, the Wicked 3 is well on the table, and now the Wicked sequels. Now that leads me to my last little big news tidbit: is that Zootopia this past weekend has completely smashed the box office, becoming becoming the best opening weekend of an animated movie, top 4 right now it is. And so far, so we're recording on Sunday, comes out on Thursday here in Australia. So since then, it has become in the 10th highest grossing movie of this year, with $556 million at the global box office. Apparently, it did immensely in China. And so that is so put it in perspective. Wicked, which is 14th, being in the box office for 2 weeks, when Zootopia is higher than it in 4 days. Because kids spend that money. So that I'm very curious to see where this is going to end up. And look, at this rate, it is going to beat Mission Impossible. It's going to beat Superman. It's going to beat F1. How to Train Your Dragon. It's probably going to beat Demon Slayer. I would say it's going to probably take the 5th spot, with Z2 made $2 billion at the box office. But Lilo and Stitch this year made $1 billion at the box office. Minecraft, 957 million. Jurassic World Rebirth, 868 million. Demon Slayer 662. How to Train Your Dragon 636. F1 631. Superman 616, Mission Impossible 598, and with Zootopia currently sitting at 556. So it is going to take it over. It is going to, I think, be the 5th highest grossing film of this year. If they've just done that in 4 days, that's going to be insane. And all the reviews for it have been really positive. So I tip my hat off the fact that they're making that money. That's insane. Now we're going to talk about a film. Now, the film of the week that we're going to be reviewing is called Sisu, The Road to Revenge. Now, this film, I just got to highlight this film. I really do. Melanie, parents spend that money silly. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're as proven by Lilo and Stitch crossing $1 billion at the box office. That is kids' money right there. So this film, Sisu, is a sequel to it's 2022. Sorry, 2022 film. It is second part. It's set in 1944. It is starring Droma Tomrilla. I'm gonna probably butcher that just a little bit, and Stephen Lang. So this film is set in Finland. And no joke. So thank you, Sony, for the invite to go and see the premiere of this film. I looked at the poster, but I didn't watch the trailer because I like going in blind. Sometimes the trailer, again, just sometimes shows you too much. And this film, as wild as it is no joke. This is like John Wick in 1944 Finland. The guy doesn't say a word. Doesn't say a single word. Didn't say a single one. It is the action scenes. This is literally you putting your hand out and adrenaline being fed straight into your arm. This film is go, go, go. Like I'm talking broken glass in the rolling on broken glass in the back. I'm talking axe fights. I'm talking weird ricochet bullets. I'm talking the logic and physics on how many people you can kill people with timber. The fact that, also, I just have a tip of my tongue. Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Spoilers. Flipping a tank, exploding a tank, flipping it over a border and a whole bunch of people trying to kill you and on the run. So our main guy, is Antonio Coppi. Basically, unfortunately, in the first film, his family gets brutally killed. So he just tries to go home. He tries to get his house and set up somewhere new. It's safe. Of course, that doesn't go right. And we do have Stephen Lang's character, Igor, who's on the hunt from the Soviet Red Army to go chase him and go kill him. And this turns into one wild adventure. It's adrenaline with John Wick vibes. A man who hasn't said anything, but it's just the way he survives. There's even a dog in it. I'm so glad nothing happened to the dog. I was so worried all the way through, but the dog is safe. And of course, at the end, he does survive. But trust me, there is no way you're getting up from some of the things he is. He gets beaten, he gets broken, and the whole thing with Sisu is the fact that it is unblinding rage on what you can do when you're in this, when you're pushed to the point of no looking back. And of course, there's he rides a rock, he rides a bomb on a train track. Like everything I'm telling you right now is no joke, is in that plot. That sounds like a different watch. Really, I'm sold. It is just insane. And like you're not going in this film for a deep and meaningful plot. You're not looking for that. You're literally like, this is Saturday night. I want to watch an action flick. I want to watch something that's going to be in disbelief. I just want to see give me something like Die Hard, John Wick, Mad Max. There's a lot. Old Arnie flicks. Like, this is just right up there. This is someone, as I said, pouring adrenaline into your veins. Because the entire theater when we're watching this, at some of these points, we were like, holy shit. There was laughter. You could hear when the big action set pieces, like there was just so much in this. And I was talking with a friend just 2 weeks ago, and we were saying how the action in the brand new Running Man movie could be turned up a little bit. This is the type of action that you were seeing in the Running Man. Like this is turning it up to 11 and going further beyond, and then taking the handle, taking the knob off, and letting it just ride. And of course, there's subtitles because it's in Finnish, but it is well worth that price of admission if you know what you're going into. You will not be disappointed by this film. I highly recommend picking it up. If you can see it in theaters, please do. So it was such a wild film. Only was on a budget of $12 million, and it's already made $7 million at the box office. So technically, it's already made half, and it only goes for 89 minutes. So just an 89 minutes, that's all you get. So it's not even a long movie. It is pretty much, you see him, you go to his house, you see the bad guy, it becomes a race, and of him trying to be killed, him going back and forth. That is the plot. This is, sometimes you don't need a film with a massive multiverse or multiple sequels. You just need a good action flick that has got all that weight. And don't get me wrong, like, yes, we did get John Wick 1, 2, 3, and 4. But again, out of all 4 John Wicks, there wasn't a massive weight to it. You could pick up any John Wick in the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. You kind of know where he is. You kind of know what he's doing. And then the rest is a wild ride. Ballerina is probably a little bit more. But there's a scene, like as I said, he rides a ballistic missile on a train track, trying to catch up to the other train. And then then it stops. Stops and hits the other carriage, doesn't blow up, sends the guy flying straight into a fist to take out the bad guy, and goes into another action scene. Like, you're just watching in disbelief. Oh, there's another one where he's fighting a guy, he's got basically an L-shaped pipe. The guy accidentally shoots down and goes into the pipe, ricochets up, and takes out the bad guy. You're just watching in disbelief. You're just like, there's no way in hell that would work, but I love it, and I want to watch it. So this was just like, just me. So if you please definitely go check out our Letterboxd. I gave this 4 stars for what it is. For what it is a absolutely insane ride, and it is. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. It's not gonna. You're not going to look back on this and going, damn, that was shockingly bad. Like, simmer your expectations, ready for some adrenaline, and be all up for it. So look, that's my review of Sisu. So definitely go check it out. If you have seen it, definitely let me know. And look, for everyone who's tuned in for this episode, especially Melanie, thank you so much for coming past for as long as you have. I really do appreciate it. I also do. And just want to say thank you for everyone joining for this episode. As always, please definitely go check out our socials, where we do a whole lot more ranting, and on Letterboxd as well. So go check out that. I'm taking your word for it. And trust me, that's what it says on my hat, Mr. Rant. So we're going to rant about it, and we do recommend high with content. Seb Fortnite 1T. Hi, thanks for going past, unfortunately. But no, and thank you. No, thank you. I know, I do really appreciate it. And as I said, please go check out our socials. Mr. Rant podcast is called Lights Camera Rant. New episodes every single week, and we go live every single week as well. And as always, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy